I've been here for 5 years and I've owned 5 businesses in 5 years. And I started giving back to the community. So I started asking myself, what should I do? I started browsing ideas. Then I'm like, podcast. I'll start a podcast. I won't be able to teach the audience because I'm not expert, not qualified to help anyone. But what I can do is ask bold questions to qualified people. And I'm going to ask, how did you make your first million? Because this is credibility. The purpose of this podcast was from the beginning is giving value and giving back. Because I felt like I owe this community. Do you doubt yourself? Have you ever doubted yourself?
100%.
And how do you deal with it? Like when you're in this moment, when you're doubting yourself, am I going to be able to do it? Am I a good mother? Am I a good wife? How do you deal with it? What do you do?
I think that everybody doubts themselves.
That's true.
Literally. And I don't think that's ever going to end. That's never going to stop, because ideally, as you're growing, you're going to grow into things that you've never done before.
Correct.
So we're always going to doubt ourselves, because you should be challenging yourself and doing something bigger than what you've done before. But when you really think about doubt, or sometimes people call it like a imposter syndrome, or like imposter syndrome seems to be the word that a lot of people say.
Yes.
I think the only thing that makes the shift between you feeling doubt or imposter syndrome to feeling confidence is practice. You have to start doing the thing that you don't feel confident of. And that taking action is what gives you the confidence to not feel doubtful and not feel like a imposter. That's actually what it takes. So I'll give you an example. When I started this whole land development coaching program, I was asked to go and do stage appearances and go and be a keynote speaker somewhere and whatever it is. And my initial thought was, I am never going to go on stage and speak in public, because that was the most scary feeling for me in the whole world at the time. This was like 2 years ago, actually. It's not even that long ago. But the only way that I get over that feeling of like doubt, I don't feel like I can do that. That's not me. I don't know what to say. What would I talk about? Do people even want to hear what I have to say? Why would they want to? Like, all these questions start coming to your mind. Then I'm like, well, the only reason why I don't want to do it is because I don't feel confident going up to on stage. I don't know how to speak publicly. I don't know how to present. I don't know how to tell stories, whatever it is. So then I got a speaking coach. I got skills to help me do the kind of thing.
Did the coach help?
Yes.
Send me the recommendation after, because I'm in the middle of interviewing public speaking coaches.
Yes.
I interviewed a couple last week.
So Mark France was one of mine. I'll introduce you to Mark.
We're not doing advertising. Beep it. You gotta pay us. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, keep the name. We're happy to promote any local business owners, of course.
Okay. And just going through that, right? Learning how to do some public speaking, create my own storylines. What do I want to say? Topics that I would like to speak on. Sorry, I move my hands a lot, so I end up moving this thing. Sorry. Getting over doubt and getting over.
Start practicing, and then you'll get over the doubt.
Just start doing. You just have to start doing.
And stop asking for validation. Sometimes I wake up and someone calls me. Am I a good person? They ask me this question. Or am I good when we did this blah, blah, blah thing together? When I offered this service, was I good enough? How did you feel about it? They go and ask for validation. Validation is going to last a week, a day, 2 days, 3 days. You practicing and knowing that you are actually good at it, this is what's going to last. And I loved your answer. All of your answers. I love them.
Oh, thank you.
Me, I go through this. I'm a peacock. I'm sure you've heard. I'm a peacock. Like I have so much confidence, and I'm, like I walk in like a peacock, that's what we call it.
I love that.
At the same time, I go through doubts here and then. But when I doubt myself, I don't sit in bed depressed. And at the same time, I don't ask for validation. I get to work.
You get to work.
I hire coaches. I have 3 coaches now. I have 3 coaches and a CMO. CMO to audit our marketing. I'm a marketer. We have CMO to audit us if we're thinking right and we're doing right. That's how you stop doubting yourself.
Yeah.
I loved your answer.
Start doing. Just start working towards it.
What is the secret to your success? That's also Armanda.
I like to think of myself as a go with the flow. I am so almost too much go with the flow. I'm not a rigid individual. I just blend. I'm like a chameleon, I think. I can blend in things wherever that takes me, and I just flow with things. So I think that's a really big part of the success, is because I can overcome challenges fairly quickly, or I find the people that can help me figure it out, and I can take it to a fun state with my team and have fun and encourage people. And I'm really good at that, giving people the space to be the best part of themselves. And so that's...
To influence people.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that. Yeah, you're right. Influencing people. So I have a really good ability to flow with whoever it is that I'm working with and making them feel like they're the most important person in my life. And that is what people really want, is just to be acknowledged, to be given the stage or giving the time to do what they shine on. And if you let people do that, they will go everywhere and work hard for you no matter what. They will drop whatever they have going on because you made them feel special. And that's what it is. And I generally do it. It's not a fake thing. I generally love people.
I need you to promise me to make a post on your social media, give a couple tips how to influence people, because I do really want to get into this. But we have so many more questions to go through it. So I need you to promise me.
Oh my God, I can't promise that. I don't do any posts.
You have to do it.
Just I don't even know how.
Pick up your phone and say, if you want to be a good influencer, influence people to do amazing things with you and for your team, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
Okay.
I'll get my team to edit it for you and make it look pretty. Deal?
Okay, deal.
Just because I'm that passionate about giving value to people. And I thought I'm a good influencer. Turned out all I do is scare the shit out of people. But I'm getting better at it right now. That's why I'm telling you, please. And I see this everywhere. And if you can actually influence people, you can build an army. And this army will fight for you and you'll get anywhere you want. So that's
people
why
that are really good at influencing can go to big places.
Awesome. Next question. What is the best training trick to maintain a motivated and effective team to help you to get your first million? We actually just spoke a little bit about this.
Yeah.
This question is from Mo. He's from Ottawa, and I know he leads sales team. He's a hustler. I think he's 21, 22-year-old, and he leads a team of students. So I think he has a team, and he wants to keep them motivated all the time. Like maybe the motivation level is going up and down. So how to maintain the motivation with your team and the people that you're influencing?
In my experience, people just want to be part of something that is bigger than themselves. Okay? The majority of people are that way. So if you're building a team, or if you have a team and you want to keep them encouraged, if you want to keep the momentum going, if you want them to stick together, which is really what you do want if you have a team, all you have to do, in my opinion, as running teams and my own team, they're part of everything that I do. So what I mean by that is they know exactly where my mind is at. We actually have bi-monthly team outings and we do this. But the whole point is to brainstorm ideas, not in our regular environment. We physically go out and we go to some fun place or a nice place. But the idea is to say, this is where we are right now and this is where we want to go in the next 3 months. And it's an alignment. It's getting everybody aligned to where we are, what the vision is for the next 3 months, what we need to get done. And we're brainstorming. I generally give them the space to brainstorm with me and tell me what are the things that we should be doing. So I'm accounting for their thoughts. I'm accounting for their leadership to come and bring me ideas. I'm also implementing them. And on top of that, they know exactly where we're going. They're part of the vision. We're brainstorming the vision together. And what the underlying foundation of that is they love being part of something that's bigger than themselves. So if you're able to do that, it's just alignment. You just have to communicate. You have to align to people. The team gets very excited when they can see the vision and they see themselves in that vision. And they know exactly where we're going, how they're part of it. That's all they need. They're so happy they're in it with me. So that's the difference between somebody who leads a team or somebody who just directs a team. Right? A director or somebody who's just a team leader. Yes, you can tell them do this and do this and do that, but then you're just creating doers. You don't want doers. You want people who are actually part of what you're doing. And that's the big difference from one to the other. If you can do that and align people, communicate with people, show them how they're part of your vision, it's a night and day.
Great, 100%. We hope we answered your question, Mo.
Good question, Mo.
Next question is cheesy.
I like cheesy.
This is the way the question is asked. How to deal with taxes. How to deal with taxes. And the name is Chaka.
Oh my goodness.
So how to deal with taxes? Let's say like,
I'm not a tax expert.
all right, but with your tax strategy, because I personally asked this question to friends, how to ask this question in a way that we can get big controversial topic.
Controversial?
Yes. So when you file your taxes, do you feel entitled of this money that you're paying, or do you feel like, oh, I know this money is going to the right places and I'm happy to pay it? Do you try? We see all these videos on TikToks all the time. People trying to avoid taxes with investing in real estate and doing smart things. Where do you think you're on the fine middle? This, and we can skip this question because I understand it.
No, I don't mind answering it. When dealing with businesses or whatever business you're running, you have to pay taxes. But the way I see it is, it's a good thing. If I made money that year and I'm paying taxes, that's a really great thing. I'm paying taxes because I'm doing something. So for me, it's a positive. You know, we're both in real estate, right?
No.
You're not in real estate?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay. I look like a realtor, but I get it.
No, because I saw you at the Expand, so I thought you were in real estate.
I bought a new suit and I wanted to show off.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was there.
That's a good one.
That's what I said. Everyone's like, why you're here? You're not in real estate. I'm like, I just bought this suit. I wanted to show off.
Well, see, I automatically thought you were in real estate because you were there. So, okay. So in real estate, I'll give you this little bit. Maybe this will help some of the audience. What I do is I always put my accountant, my lawyer, and my bookkeeper all in one. So whenever I'm in one meeting, whenever I'm purchasing a property or purchasing my next deal, they're all in it in a meeting with me together, because the whole goal is to devise the plan of the best way to create the corporation that will allow me to do the exit strategy that I want to do on that. And that actually reduces a lot of your taxes. If you buy a property correctly with the right structure right from the beginning, you actually end up saving yourself quite a bit of taxes in the end. Also, the great thing about that is because my lawyer and my accountant know all the entire structure of what I'm putting the properties in. If, let's say, one property is negative, right, which it happens a lot in the land development space, or anybody who flips houses, you're going to be negative quite a bit until that project either sells or you make a profit at the end. In land development, we only make our profit in the end. So your properties are negative quite a bit. But what I do is I offset my active business with a negative. And my lawyers and my accountants, they know exactly how to do this. So it reduces my taxes on the active side by transferring some of that loss from the negative properties to my active. And that's what we do. And you just do that with a proper lawyer and a proper accountant, putting it together right from the start.
Shaka, thank you for your question. We hope we answered your question. So you like this packaging, huh?
I do.
So
it's
this
really pretty.
is Yes We Can emergency water.
Oh.
Sparkling water. Owner of this company is from Ottawa, and they gave me some samples to try on the podcast.
That's nice.
So they have very unique flavors.
Yeah.
There's mint. That's what I'm drinking.
That's very unique.
There's thyme. That was my favorite.
Ooh.
This is rose water. So they bring in the rose water, and every flavor is from different countries. This one's from Lebanon.
That's cool.
So, let me know if you like it.
I will try it. Thank you.
So we love to support local businesses. If you're a local business, you want us to mention anything on our podcast, let us know.
That's really good. It actually smells
Pizza places,
like rose.
you can send us pizzas. You know, how do you like it?
It's good.
Yeah?
It actually smells like roses.
Okay, there's 2-3 questions from a person I really like. She's a really smart woman, and I love her questions.
Okay.
So I loved all the questions, guys.
They're all really good.
Just saying. Of all of your wealth, what percentage is liquid?
Ooh.
That's why I like this question so much.
What percentage is liquid? Oh my God. I should know this from the top of my head. Not a lot.
I mean, do you have a strategy? Do you keep like 5% liquid, 1% liquid, 10% liquid, or you go with the flow again?
Yeah, so the way that I run my business is once I finish a development project, that's where we make our profit. It's at the end. And that could be a variety of things, building it out or selling the piece of property or severing it and selling it or whatever it is that we're doing. Even a refi is kind of a exit strategy. So when we do that, what we do is we put it into different buckets, right? So first we pay ourselves first. That is the number one thing. We pay ourselves a salary out of that. The rest pretty much gets re-injected back into the next project. So what that allows, why that's really important is because we're able to self-fund quite a bit moving forward and forward and forward because we're always pushing our profits from one to the next.
So you're not keeping any money in the company. You invested all of it. You
I
just pay
invest
yourself
all of it.
salary and make sure you're surviving. And you spend all of your salary.
Yep.
But there's no emergency budget. 'Cause
Oh, there's
maybe-
always an emergency for sure. We always have that. Even for the projects, there's always an emergency fund for each project. Should it go longer? Should there be overruns? Whatever it is. So that's always added to the projects. But the premise is primarily
This
moving
is
the
something
projects
common
forward.
between real estate investors. They're
Yeah.
always out of cash. You can't sell them shit. If they're not, you can only sell them real estate. Other than that, they don't have cash. They're always tight on cash flow.
They're stuck in the properties.
That's right. For
Right?
like years. And then they have so much money, but then they're addicted to the game. They put all the money back in the
next.
business. I get it. I
Yeah.
understand. This question was from Danusia. I hope I'm saying this name right. Also, her question is, you are a millionaire. You can do anything. What's on your bucket list?
There's no specific location or place for me specifically, but one thing that I am wanting to, and we actually think we're going to be doing this very soon, is spending about 3 to 4 months a year, probably in the cold months in Ottawa, in a new place. So that could be, El Salvador, where I'm from, could be Jamaica, where my husband is from. It could be anywhere. Japan, even. It doesn't matter. And so what we're doing is
It's
just...
cold in Japan when it's cold here. It
Oh, is
snows there.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, so no, I won't go there. Not in our winter. But that's the idea, is just to remove ourselves from our natural environment and go somewhere new. And the whole premise is to live life, to really feel life in a new place and try that new place. I love food. I love culture. I love music and traditions. I love learning about those things. So for me, spending 3 to 4 months in a new place every single year is like heaven. And doing it with my boys.
Have you done it before, or you're planning on doing it?
We have done it for a short time, like a month at a time, not significantly
Not
enough to be like, I've experienced this,
Okay.
culture. So I think 3 to 4 months would be really nice. And that's
Next
something
year?
that we want to implement.
Next
it.
year?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I hope you do it.
exactly.
I
Thank
hope
you.
do it. I'm gonna watch your stories and wait for you to do it. Next question is from Alec, my Facebook. Why isn't it enough? So why are you still working? You have money, you have real estate. You
Yeah.
probably can survive with whatever you have now and passive incomes or whatever.
Mhm.
So what's enough?
Well, I'm still really young. I don't think the whole idea of retirement, for me, I'm like, what is that? What is retirement? I love bouncing ideas. I love what I do. It energizes me. Why wouldn't I do something that I love?
Work keeps you alive.
Continuously. So it's
That's
fun. It's something that I like to do. I could do it from anywhere. I could literally pick up a raw piece of land anywhere and develop it. I can do whatever it is.
So let's say you do an investment next year and it pays you $1 billion.
Mhm.
Would you still work after?
I would still keep doing all kinds of business ventures.
Now, my question. What is an advice you would give the audience to have a successful?
Oh my gosh. Okay, there's so many things you could say to this question.
I know.
Okay, so give the advice.
It could be personal growth first. So remember, most of the audience might be people who doesn't have a career right now, or
Okay.
they're looking for a new career,
Okay.
or they haven't had a big investment yet, or they're starting a business. So they want to be you in a couple of years from now.
Right.
Give them this advice. What kind of person they have to be
Yes.
to become where you are right now?
Interesting. Okay. One thing that I have learned from my experience in teaching people and coaching and mentoring people for the last, I would say, 4 years or so is a common thread. And the common thread is people want to do something that makes them feel like they belong or makes them feel like I am somebody. A lot of humans want that. If you're in a day job that doesn't fulfill you, or if you're doing something, you begin to feel this crave or this feeling like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And I want to somewhere else other than here. And most people have no clue what that is. Most people do not. And so when they start going through personal development, when they start listening to podcasts or start reading books, the immediate thing that most people think about is, let me write down some goals. And the goals is going to give me the clarity to figure out where I want to go in my life. That is true. I understand that logic. But in my experience, even personally, and with my students and people who I've mentored, the way that it really, really actually works is you need to say yes to something. You don't have to say, this is my goal and this is what I want to achieve. Most of the time, even if you set a goal, you don't even know how to get there to start with. It takes you forever, right? So what I'm saying is it's better to just take a chance on yourself and in life, and just to say, you know what? Let me say yes to this one thing because this interests me. And let me say yes to this other thing because it's taking me out of my comfort zone. Start saying yes to something. It kind of goes back to my previous answer before where I said, start taking action. You just have to do something to start getting you there. What ends up happening is once you start doing something and saying yes to things that just get you out of your comfort zone, you actually then start to realize what I like and what I don't like. This is actually very interesting. This is taking me a different path. And you'd be surprised how quickly you can get to your passion, how quickly you can get to your purpose in life, or figuring out what is it that I want to do by saying yes to a few things. And that's all you have to do. A lot of people will analyze and will keep writing lists and keep writing, this is where I want to go. And you're in analysis paralysis mode all the time and not doing anything. And you're in your head. Instead, why not just start saying yes to a few things? Like when I told you about me going up on stage, immediately I did not want to do it. But then I said, you know what? I have to do it because it's something that I'm not natural at. It's something that it scares the heck out of me, but I'm going to do it because I know it's going to challenge me. So I did it. And now I love it. And now I've grown to where I am. This is how you and Victoria and all these girls, I know them now because I put myself out there. Had I not done that, I wouldn't have met all these people. I wouldn't even have the projects that I have today. I wouldn't have the investors that I have today. So there's a lot of things that happen that are good things when you say yes. That's all you have to do is just believe in yourself. I guess it comes down to that. Believe in yourself and say yes to a few things that are going to get you closer to your goals.
You answered my next question.
Okay.
How do I find my value? In the last 3 months, about 4 people, they messaged me. They don't follow me. They followed me out of nowhere and they said, I've been seeing your motivational videos and I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a point in my life, I don't know what to do. I keep changing careers. I keep taking new programs in school. I really don't know what to pursue in the future. So you just answered it. Just expose yourself.
Yes.
Start with one thing. Do it. Don't quit. Told the guy this 2 days ago. Okay. I told him, first thing I want you to do, go find a job and say, I'm not going to quit. The only way I'm going to lose this job is to find a better opportunity or get fired. So expose yourself. Do something you're not comfortable with. Wake up this beast in you.
Yes.
And then when you're exposed, you'll start seeing opportunities coming your way.
Yes.
Right? And just like stop just waiting for it.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Stop waiting for somebody to save you. There's no one going to do it for you.
And no amazing idea is going to come to your way and no amazing opportunity is going to come to your life if you're not out there. If you're in your bedroom complaining and playing video games, you won't find any good idea. No one's going to email you the opportunity.
Exactly.
You have to go work. Go work as a server. You will meet some billionaire coming to have lunch. Impress them with the conversation. They will offer you a fucking job. Just stop crying being in your bedroom, correct?
Yeah. Remember, a lot of people tend to forget this. Opportunities are not just going to come to you because you're hoping and praying and you're meditating on it. That's not the way it happens. You actually have to grow into the opportunities. The opportunities come to you because you are growing into those opportunities.
I love it.
So as you're saying yes and doing and taking action, all of these opportunities are going to start coming naturally because you're growing into those opportunities.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, I think we asked you so many questions. I loved all of your answers.
Thank you.
And I'm known, I don't bullshit. Well, these are my audience questions. So
Yes.
thank you, my audience, for doing a good job with asking us questions. If you have any other questions that you'd like to ask, I proved to you that I asked your questions and I mentioned your names. So leave a comment below. More questions for the next guest. Before we wrap up, and again, thank you so much for this amazing podcast. I can't thank you enough. I think you added so much value to the audience and to myself. I just learned from you so much right now. Do you have any questions for us?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
2 questions only.
2 questions only.
I had a long day.
What do you think is the most important quality for somebody to have in order to be successful?
Honesty.
Honesty.
Don't be a scam. This is not going to lie.
Really
You can
bad.
offer anything and you can do anything and you can bullshit people and you can make so much money in 1 year. But everyone will find out that you're a crook the next year and you'll lose everything and you won't be able to restart unless you relocate. And you won't feel good about yourself. Being honest, it might take longer. You will win and you will never lose anymore. And then once you start catching to the pattern, it's not going to stop. You're going to grow so fast. Just be so honest.
Yes.
Lay the right expectations down. I've been running some interviews to hire public speaking coaches. They jump on a call with you. All they want is to close you. So they start over promising. That's what I mean by be honest.
Right.
Do not over promise. Do not lie. Do not create some scam product just to cash out.
Right.
You're not gonna think about it this way. If you want to cash out, are you gonna quit working and retire? No. You want to keep working forever.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something to shovel some money and lose reputation, that means you're willing to retire because you lost your reputation. You can't do business.
Exactly.
So just be honest.
I love that. That's a great answer. So what's making you excited for 2024?
I'm launching a new project now.
Okay.
I'm launching a marketing course for business.
Okay.
No one knows about this so far. I haven't advertised for it.
Okay.
This course is engineered for business owners who doesn't have much knowledge about marketing. And they've been wasting so much money on hiring the wrong people to do their marketing. Because, I've heard this so many times. I don't have an active social media account because I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to do it. I don't know who to hire to do it. They're afraid to hire someone and to scam them. So we have now a 9 chapters marketing course being engineered. We teach business owners in 3 different ways. With the script, tutorials, so screen recorded tutorials, we walk them through everything, and videos. So there is no way you won't be able to learn. It's very simple, very fast, and there's also webinars. My goal is to sell this course on stages. So that's why I want to practice my public speaking. So I'm traveling to 8 countries this year. So I want to be able to keep on traveling profitably.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's what I'm working on.
I actually
in
need your
2024.
course.
Yeah.
I need your course.
Perfect.
I'll be your first client.
Thank you. And we actually sold 5 so far.
Awesome.
We're not advertising, but
Okay.
we pre-sold to personal connections like yourself on a discounted price.
Okay.
We're like, listen, we're building this course. We want you to be a part of it. And we want amazing and great feedback from you along the way. This is why I want to give you 60% off.
Okay.
And 5 people that they believe in me, they bought this course because they know me, they know I deliver value.
Yeah.
So they will be involved in the production because they're giving us constant feedbacks.
Perfect.
And you're more than welcome to be a part of it as well.
I
be
would like
honored.
that very much.
Amazing. Karina, thank you so much. I want us to stay in contact and become friends because I would really like to surround myself with people like yourself.
Likewise. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's been an absolute pleasure.